Streamers and rappers don't always see eye to eye. When egos clash and opinions fly, things can get heated fast. From awkward live stream moments to full-on public callouts. Number 1. YBM Nahmir versus Adin Ross. Nahmir was once riding high off the success of his breakout track Rubbing Off the Paint back in 2017. That single made serious waves, peaking at number 46 on the Billboard Hot 100 and launching him into mainstream attention. But fast forward a few years, and the Alabama rapper found himself struggling to recreate that same level of success. While he's still signed to Def Jam as of 2022, his newer releases haven't quite hit the same. Yet, despite his declining musical momentum, Nahmir was still asking for top-tier paychecks, especially when it came to a potential boxing match.
YBN Nahmir versus Annoying TV, but YBN Nahmir asked for $100,000, bro. Top literally laughed at the manager and hung up. Like, bro, you rappers that have not made a hit, no disrespect, stop asking for too much money, bro. You are not getting it, bro. You are not getting that shit, bro. No, stop. You'll do it for 10, 15, 20K, bro. It's a lot of still. Come on, bro. And if you show respect to my event and you do it for that up your next event. It's really that simple, bro.
In early 2024, Adin Ross was organizing a streamer boxing event featuring creators from across platforms. One of his early ideas was to get Nahmir to face off against another personality, Annoying TV. But when Adin reached out, Nahmir reportedly asked for a whopping $100,000 to participate. Number 2, Kai Cenat vs. Glorilla. Kai Cenat and Glorilla started off on friendly terms, appearing on each other's live streams not long after her breakout success with FNF. At first, their chemistry was entertaining. They joked around on camera, flirted a little, and gave off the vibe of two rising stars simply having fun. But that goodwill didn't last. The turning point came when Glorilla released her single Cha Cha Cha, and Kai decided to react to it live on stream. He didn't sugarcoat his thoughts. He laughed, paused the video, and openly criticized the song's quality, even saying no repeatedly as the track played. It was an honest reaction, but Glorilla didn't take it lightly. Shortly after the stream aired, she blocked Kai on Twitter and made it clear during her own live stream that she wasn't going to entertain any questions about him. They're blocked and staying blocked, she said firmly. Kai didn't hold back either, responding during his now iconic 7 Days in Jail stream, saying that if someone puts music out in public, people have the right to critique it. What followed was a wave of dislikes and hate on Glorilla's video, sparked in part by Kai's massive fanbase. While she later tried to downplay the situation, the moment stood as a clear example of how powerful and honest a streamer's influence can be, and how quickly things can flip. Number 3, Kai Cenat vs. Joe Budden. Joe Budden, a rapper turned podcast host, has never been shy about voicing his opinions, especially when it comes to younger generations. In one of his podcast episodes, he made a sweeping dismissal of streamers, stating outright that he didn't see any world where someone like him would need to interact with someone like Adin Ross.
We don't care about none of that little streamy mosh pit, marked card, whatever you is doing over there.
And let's keep it a buck. Mark, you said it. Utopia was made, yo.
Yeah.
Man, Joe Budden, every single time that I see you or a clip of you, it's just on some hate, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
It was a heavy-handed remark, and it didn't go unnoticed. Kai Cenat, one of the most prominent streamers of the moment, took offense and responded in typical Kai fashion, direct, confident, and unfiltered. On his own stream, Kai called out Budden for being out of touch and bitter. He labeled the behavior as old head syndrome, suggesting that Joe was too stuck in the past to recognize the influence of the new wave. Kai argued that streamers were a new kind of entertainment powerhouse, capable of reaching millions and shaping culture in ways that older artists couldn't. He even jokingly said he could buy Joe Budden if he wanted to, mocking the outdated mindset that dismissed streaming as lesser. The moment was more than just a clapback, it was a generational statement. It showed how much the culture had shifted and how traditional media figures like Budden were being forced to reckon with the reality of online influence. Number 4, Adin Ross vs. Joe Budden. While Kai led the charge against Joe Budden, Adin Ross wasn't far behind. After seeing the clip of Joe diminishing streamers, Adin jumped on stream and gave his own heated take. He questioned why Budden was always negative, calling him a consistent hater who couldn't stand to see young people winning.
Small 5 When you get that shirt, when you get that retwist. Cause I ain't got no problems with you, but we could chop it up for real if you want to.
How big is your crib?
4 floors with an elevator. How big is yours?
$3.
Aiden went on to point out that both he and Kai were significantly more successful and wealthy than Button, saying they'd surpassed him in relevance and income. Number 5, DDG vs Bruce Drop M Off. DDG, who straddles the worlds of YouTube and rap, found himself at odds with streamer Bruce Drop Him Off over a seemingly small comment. During a stream, Bruce advised another artist, Lucky, not to collaborate with DDG, jokingly saying, "I'm gonna save you from that one."
I'm not gonna lie, she probably still failed. You feel me? She would, just me being objective, I really don't have sides and I don't care. I don't know either of these niggas, you feel me? But she would still fail though, no bullshit. In fact, the gun would probably make her fail more, like just the pressure. She failed and do
It
it.
was a throwaway line, but DDG didn't take it lightly. For someone building a career in both music and content creation, the diss felt personal. He believed Bruce was tarnishing his name and ruining a potential collaboration. The disagreement quickly spiraled. Bruce began reacting to DDG's music on stream, mocking everything from his lyrics to his image. This led to an interview on U-Rage, where both parties were brought in to clear the air, but instead of squashing the beef, Bruce doubled down, using the interview as an opportunity to clown DDG further. From sarcastic comments to comparing houses and flexing wealth, Bruce turned the sit-down into a comedy bit. DDG tried to keep things serious, but Bruce's humor overwhelmed the moment. This incident highlighted how quickly streamer commentary can impact an artist's image. What started as a joke became a viral moment, with fans rallying behind Bruce for his quick wit and unbothered demeanor.
Look, I'm not playing, I swear to God.
What is that from?
I don't know, I thought y'all had something going on. That's why I'm calling you.
Not long after his clash with Bruce, DDG found himself in yet another streamer feud, this time with Playboy Max. The conflict kicked off when DDG caught wind of a clip where Max laughed at one of his songs during a stream. The laughter wasn't necessarily aimed at the song, but DDG took it as disrespect. His frustration boiled over when he joined another streamer, DJ Frost's stream, and saw Max's name pop up in the chat. Instantly, he called Max out, accusing him of laughing behind his back and being two-faced. DJ, acting as a middleman, called Max on stream to get clarity. Max seemed confused and insisted he wasn't laughing at DDG directly, just reacting to the moment. Still, DDG remained firm, saying that when they met in person, everything was cool, and he didn't appreciate seeing people clowning him online after being friendly offline. The whole exchange was awkward and showed how sensitive artists can be to even small moments of perceived disrespect.
I don't even speak on you, bro. Or like everything is cool and everything is regular when you met me in person, right? I'm a regular. So it's like when I get online and I see giggling, I don't give.
For viewers, it was another moment where a rapper got caught taking streamer reactions too personally, only to end up looking petty. Number 7, Bruce Drop M Off vs Destroy Lonely. Sometimes beef doesn't start from hate, it starts from misunderstanding. Bruce Drop 'Em Off and rapper Destroy Lonely had an awkward encounter when they both showed up at an event where Ian Connor gifted a rare piece of art.
That's why he called me soft, all of this shit, because giggled when Lacey side-eyed me when someone said play DDG.
Bruce, being a content creator, naturally brought a camera crew to document the moment. But Destroy Lonely didn't take kindly to being filmed. Afterward, he went on Twitter to say he didn't want to be recorded and felt Bruce was using his image for clout. Bruce responded during a live stream saying that Lonely had pulled up uninvited and should have known what to expect when entering a streamer's space. He explained that the cameras were already rolling and that he wasn't trying to exploit anyone. According to Bruce, the streamer world operates differently. There's less privacy and everyone expects to be filmed. He even added that Lonely, being new to this environment, might have misunderstood the vibe. While the tension never escalated into full-blown drama, the situation did raise questions about how rappers and streamers navigate clout, boundaries, and exposure. In the end, Bruce's fans backed him, suggesting that Destroy Lonely was being overly sensitive. Number 8, Kai Cenat vs Offset. Offset and Kai's son once had a great rapport. Offset even visited Kai's amp house for a 24-hour stream and later thanked Kai for helping him have fun again. Everything seemed solid between them until Kai reviewed Offset's album Set It Off during a stream. While he didn't trash it, Kai gave a lukewarm reaction, saying it wasn't bad, but it wasn't particularly impressive either. Some fans believed this honest critique may have bruised Offset's ego. Later, Offset was scheduled to appear on Kai's viral 7 Days in Jail stream, but pulled out last minute. The timing sparked rumors that he backed out because of Kai's review, while Offset later denied this in an interview, saying it was due to the theme of incarceration, which he didn't find funny given his past. The timing made fans wonder. Offset explained that jail wasn't a joke to him, and he had friends and family who were still serving time, so he didn't want to be part of content that trivialized it. Still, the distant behavior that followed, including Offset brushing Kai off at a celebrity football game, gave the impression that the friendship had cooled. Whether it was due to the critique or personal values, the event subtly reminded everyone that even celebrities don't always take criticism well, even when it's respectful. Number 9. Kai Cenat vs. Kanye West. One of the most surprising feuds came when Kai Cenat unintentionally upset Kanye West. It all started with a light-hearted clothing review on stream. Kai had received Yeezy items that didn't fit and jokingly asked for a smaller size, laughing about how everything looked oversized. While fans saw it as harmless banter, Kanye didn't take it that way. Shortly after, Kai received a DM from Ye himself, asking him not to make jokes about the brand. The conversation escalated when Kanye's manager reached out, pushing for a peaceful resolution. Still, the tension lingered. In an interview shortly after, Kanye called Kai an industry plant and accused him of manipulating audiences. He even claimed that Kai mentioning his daughter's name in a separate context crossed the line, despite no ill intent being shown.
Come on, set. I don't know how I feel about that one either. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Next is called I'm On. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, oh my, great.
He also meant. Eventually, though, Kanye relented and sent Kai properly fitting Yeezy clothes, essentially acknowledging the misunderstanding and ending the feud. Fans viewed the gesture as Kanye swallowing his pride and recognizing that Kai wasn't trying to be disrespectful. The whole ordeal served as a reminder of how even playful commentary can spark unexpected tension, but also how humility and understanding can restore peace. Number 10. Kai Cenat vs. Miles. In November 2023, rapper Miles dropped a comedic diss track aimed at Kai Cenat, poking fun at his hair and barber. Known for his jokey songs targeting celebrities, likely thought it was harmless, but Kai wasn't laughing. He didn't appreciate being the butt of the joke and called out publicly. The situation escalated when gave Kai a deadline: apologize within 146 hours or face a second diss track. It was an ultimatum that felt more like trolling, but Kai still fired back on stream.
Or I'm dissing you, bro. Since you want to say that about me, I'll give you 146 hours, bro. Go apply to some jobs, bro. It's over if you don't, bro. I'm telling you this now. Go apply to Chick-fil-A.
4 days later, followed through and released another diss. This one was even more exaggerated, doubling down on the insults. Kai, clearly more annoyed this time, threatened to get in the booth himself and drop a diss track in return. Though it stayed mostly playful, fans couldn't help but enjoy the back and forth. While the beef never turned serious, it exposed just how fine the line can be between parody and disrespect. Might have meant it as comedy, but to Kai, it felt personal. In the end, the moment was more of a humorous skirmish than a feud, but it still showed how quickly things can blow up online, even when the intention is just to make people laugh. Number 11. She Loves Rod vs. 027 Quaney. The final story is one of the messiest. She Loves Rod, a Philly-based streamer, had admired rapper OT7 Quaney for years, and often used his music in his intros, but when Quaney's team started copyright claiming those videos, Rod had to stop. Even so, fans kept requesting collabs, and eventually the two met up at Rolling Loud. That's where things went south. Quaney allegedly demanded money up front for the collab. Rod agreed on the condition that Quaney would also do a stream and record a new intro track. They settled on $3,500, but Kwani didn't show up for the stream. Rod asked for at least $2,000 back. Kwani never responded. Eventually, Rod made a video exposing the situation and accidentally leaked Kwani's phone number. Fans flooded Kwani's inbox. In response, Kwani flexed his cash on Instagram and denied being a scammer, refusing to refund the money. The situation became a cautionary tale about business deals between content creators and musicians. What started as a friendly collab turned into a public feud and accusations of scamming. For fans, it was another example of how streamers can shine a light on shady behavior and how the power dynamic is shifting in the digital age.